Today, we're going to look at the Canon RF 14-35 f4L lens on the Canon EOS R5 to see if it's any good for video and vlogging. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Phil with Photo Gear Fun here today. Got a new video for you. I just got this Canon RF 14-35mm lens. We are at 14mm right now. I've got IBIS on and I've got digital stabilization off over by the pond. Thankfully the fountain's not going, so it's not very annoying. We're at f4 and aperture priority, just letting the shutter expose. So we'll see how this looks for vlogging. I'm walking on a trail that is fairly uneven. I like to come over here just because you can kind of see a lot of the craziness if there's crazy warping with the IBIS. So I'll do a couple of things. I'll turn the IBIS off completely. This lens also has image stabilization built in, but you can't turn image stabilization and IBIS on or off independently. So what I'll do is turn IBIS off and just use digital, and then I'll show you IBIS with digital, not enhanced, but just regular digital. So what we'll do next is I'll just look at the IBIS with the digital stabilization on. You can see how that looks, but pay attention to the corners. See if you see any craziness, especially in the trees in the sky. Look to see if there's anything. This is the latest firmware. I just got an update today for this, so the lens firmware is version 103. As a recording of this, it's the latest, and the R5 has the latest firmware. So let's see how it looks with digital stabilization on, which will incur a little bit of a crop. Okay, as is par for the course for every single one of these videos, I'm going to put it on the screen. You've seen it on the screen. That was with digital stabilization on. I filmed the intro with IBIS and digital stabilization, so I do this every single time. So what we're looking at now is we're at f4 and we are no digital stabilization, so it's just the IBIS and the lens stabilization. Looks really good on the screen here. I'm going to try not to look at the screen too much, but this is what you can expect. And what I'll do next is turn IBIS off, and then we'll see how it looks with just digital. And then I'll do some panning over here in the pond, and I'll show you the zoom range, and you get an idea on what it looks like from a panning perspective. If there's any craziness with the IBIS as we pan, but this is, again, you'll see it on the screen. This is at 14mm f4, and we are IBIS only, no digital stabilization. So let's go ahead and see how it looks with just digital stabilization. Okay, now IBIS is off. I use the switch on the lens. There's an image stabilization switch. I use that switch to turn it off. So we're just electronic stabilization. I'm going to test the Canon R7 and also the EOS R. So stay tuned and subscribe wherever that subscribe button is. If you want to see those videos. This is a pretty heavy setup. I have to brace my arm here with my wimpy little arms, but this is, again, we're at 14mm f4, and we are just digital stabilization, not enhanced. So there's an enhanced mode as well. That will give you a little bit more stabilization, but I'm just going to show you these modes. And then, well, actually, I'll do enhanced as well, and you'll see the crop. So enhanced will incur a crop, but you can see how wide this field of view is. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do advanced, and then I'll show you some panning video. Okay, so just so you can see the crop more than anything, you'll notice that there's a crop. There's a big difference between enhanced and just regular image stabilization on. So this is with enhanced, no IBIS still. The switch on the lens is off. And this is what you can expect. Still a pretty wide field of view. If you look around, we're at 14mm minus the crop. I forget what the crop is. It might be 10%, 20%, something like that. But even so, it looks okay at 14mm on this Canon R5. So now I'm going to just take some video of the pond here and show you what it does from a zooming perspective and panning perspective. Alright, so here we are at 14mm, IBIS and digital stabilization on. We'll zoom into 35, which is the max here. Now back to 14, we'll do a little pan. See how the IBIS does here. So again, this is IBIS and digital stabilization, not the enhanced, just digital stabilization. So if you are looking for a crop, and we'll do that in a second, I'll show you what you can get with the enhanced and what the crop looks like. So we're at 14mm here. What I'll do is pan back, and I'm going to end at 35mm on this shot, and then I'll turn enhanced on. In the next shot, you'll see enhanced at 35 millimeters. Okay, so there's the same shot roughly. We're at 35 millimeters with enhanced on, so there is a crop. We'll zoom out to 14. And so this will give you the best stabilization. We'll pan a little bit with this. Panning slowly, trying to be smooth and even, but my hands aren't the steadiest, but here's what you can expect. Let's go ahead and wrap up this very quick look at this RF 14-35L lens on the Canon EOS R5. So I hope you enjoyed that video. We're going to end as we just did that last pan shot. So we are 14 millimeters with IBIS and enhanced on. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Like I said, subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. I've got the R7 and the EOS R that I'm going to be doing shortly. I wanted to do it today, probably won't have the time, but look for those videos to come. If you like this kind of content, I'd appreciate you subscribing. Get out there and have your photo gear fun, and I will talk at you again in the next video. Thanks for watching.